that make entirely no sense. Somebody spoke to an Uber driver and the Uber driver told them that his daughter said that some employees didn't like Erika. They're basically going through Erika loyalty witch trials, and it's weird.
Candace Owens has released what she calls explosive new allegations, claiming chaos inside Turning Point USA and sharing alleged donor text messages sent to Charlie Kirk that she says left him feeling threatened. Owens, a former TPUSA contributor, went public despite receiving a cease-and-desist letter from the organization, which warned her against making disparaging claims under a previous contract. In a series of posts on X, Owens alleged that TPUSA leadership is conducting what she called witch trials, claiming employees are being pulled into offices and questioned about their allegiance to Erika Kirk, the organization's current CEO, and Charlie Kirk's widow. Quote, "What is going on at Turning Point right now should be termed the Scottsdale witch trials," Owens wrote. Owens alleged that one employee was questioned after an Uber driver allegedly relayed secondhand criticism of Erika Kirk's leadership, while another staffer was allegedly fired at her own home and ordered to surrender her company laptop. She also claimed a young employee was terminated without explanation after working extensively on TPUSA's AmFest event, despite the organization allegedly raising hundreds of millions of dollars following Charlie Kirk's assassination. Owens further alleged employees feared spyware had been installed on company laptops after private messages criticizing leadership were sent. Owens also claimed to possess a Zoom call recorded 5 days after Charlie Kirk's death, in which Erika Kirk encouraged staff to take time off to grieve, a move Owens publicly criticized, though others described it as standard leadership practice. The most serious claim centers on an alleged donor text message Owens read publicly, accusing Charlie Kirk of platforming anti-Semites and warning him using religious language and biblical references. Owens claimed Kirk felt threatened by the message and said it did not come from anyone at Turning Point USA. Turning Point USA has not publicly confirmed Owens' allegations, but with legal warnings issued, internal claims escalating, and private messages now made public, Candace Owens has thrown TPUSA into its most explosive internal controversy yet. Apart from this, Turning Point USA is facing backlash after conflicting claims over drone use at the Utah Valley University event where Charlie Kirk was assassinated in September 2025. Here's why. Turning Point USA is once again facing mounting scrutiny, this time over conflicting explanations surrounding drone use at the Utah Valley University event where Charlie Kirk was assassinated in September 2025. What began as online questions has now escalated into alleged legal pressure, public criticism from Candace Owens, and renewed debate over transparency inside the organization now being led by Charlie's widow, Erika Kirk. The latest controversy erupted after YouTube creator Zach DiGregorio, who runs the channel Wolves and Finance, claimed that Turning Point USA sent him a cease-and-desist letter. In a video posted Sunday, January 18th, DiGregorio said the legal warning came after he raised questions about TPUSA's finances and inconsistent public statements regarding drones at the UVU event. According to DiGregorio, Turning Point USA accused him of making false and defamatory claims. He said the organization told him that only one drone was permitted at the event and that it was authorized strictly for media use. However, DiGregorio pointed out that this explanation does not align with other public statements made by individuals connected to the event. He referenced comments from Christian apologist Frank Turek, who previously told Megyn Kelly that drones were present at the Utah Valley University gathering. At the same time, Brian Hartpole, who was head of security for Charlie Kirk, stated on a podcast that drones were not allowed at all, citing the university's proximity to an airport as the reason. These conflicting accounts quickly drew attention online. An ex-user highlighted the contradictions and questioned why the explanations continued to change. That post soon caught the attention of Candace Owens, a former Turning Point USA ally who has become one of the organization's most vocal critics since Charlie Kirk's death. She responded with a sharply worded post criticizing TPUSA's decision to pursue legal action. Owens pressed that it was a, quote, terrible of an idea for TPUSA to send out cease-and-desist letter to YouTuber DeGregorio. In a brutal takedown of the organization, she added that she would be willing to offer her consulting services to the group, saying a paid retainer could help end what she described as repeated public relations failures. Candace Owens has repeatedly criticized TPUSA following the assassination of founder Charlie Kirk. On her podcast and across social media, Owens has questioned the organization's messaging, internal leadership decisions, and responses to controversy. This latest dispute over drone narratives has only intensified those criticisms. On her Monday podcast, Owens went further, sharing what she openly described as a personal conspiracy theory. She suggested that someone close to Turning Point USA leadership may be deliberately giving bad advice to Erika Kirk, who assumed a prominent leadership role following her husband's death. Owens emphasized that she was speculating and framed the comments as her opinion. The podcaster specifically named Elizabeth McCoy, the wife of Turning Point USA's chief of staff, Mikey McCoy, as part of that theory. She suggested McCoy may be presenting herself as supportive of Erika while allegedly influencing decisions that result in public backlash. Owens compared the situation to the movie Mean Girls, implying a dynamic where harmful advice is disguised as loyalty. She also suggested that internal dynamics could explain why TPUSA continues to face criticism instead of correcting course. Owens, however, stressed that these comments were her personal theory and not a factual claim. Despite the escalating online debate, TPUSA has yet to not publicly responded to Candace Owens' remarks or to Zach DeGregorio's cease-and-desist letter claims. The organization has also not issued a consolidated statement clarifying the conflicting accounts regarding drone use at the Utah Valley University event. What began as questions about event logistics has evolved into a broader challenge for Turning Point USA, one involving transparency, internal leadership, and credibility at a time when the organization remains under intense public focus following Charlie Kirk's assassination.